Hello everybody and welcome back to Alma. So in the previous episode we were sorting out our little bit of forestry, just making sure that we were getting trees to grow back again while sorting out all the stumps and so on. So this episode we have obviously moved into April, which I believe if we go onto the calendar it means we can now get our corn in. We can also go and get, where we're looking, our sorghum in and get our soybeans in. So they're the three crops that we're going to go and be doing. But we need this bit of cash here because this should mean that we are able then to go and buy. Well, there you go. That pays for it completely outright. Rollers. We just made 150 and it's 140 and 500. So we're going to buy these completely outright. So it should leave us with just over £100,000. And when we are on our way back to the farm, we'll call in, gather these rollers up, get them on the back, and deliver them all at the same time. And then we'll have a move around of tractors to put the drill on, or the planter I should say, on one of them, put the roller on the other, and try have a look at setting up some follow me. Look at them. Oh, we're going to fly now. It's time for rolling. It shouldn't take us too long at all. So I'm just going to reverse this something like, and we'll ask the dealership to very kindly put these rolls onto the trailer for us. Just like that. So we throw straps on. That shouldn't now move anywhere. And we'll get it back to the yard. One thing I didn't check was the horsepower requirement, because I know the drill takes the planter takes a fair amount of horsepower, and I would imagine this would need the same too. And I'm thinking, or how I'm going to think with it all, is we did upgrade the John Deere's engine, so I think the John Deere can pull the planter. I would rather have the case, well, the Magnum, which has got the back crawler tracks on. I would rather have that pulling the drill so it won't pull the seed out. Whether my thinking's completely wrong on that, I don't know, but I think that's probably the best way to go. We then need to work out exactly which fields we're doing what. I think I've said in multiple episodes which fields I'd like to put what in, but I think I keep either forgetting or keep changing my mind. But the main thing is I don't want to put the same crop in twice into the same fields. And here we are. So, like I said, the case is going to go onto here and the John Deere is going to go onto the planter. We need to have a look at... Oh, I did also fill our mixing wagon up over there. So if I just pull this off to the side... If we unfold and take the straps off here, let's turn that off. I'll just jump into this John Deere and empty out this mixer, which I did. One of the straw bales I used, it was the last small one over here, which we did get down to about 1,000 litres left in it. So I don't know whether I should really try and get as much straw packed into these mixers. Get more straw than what I'm trying to do, just to save on silage and hay. But we do need to make some more silage as well at some point. So yeah, there we go. That desperately needed a refill. Chickens are alright, cows are getting a refill, and our sheep are all alright. Come on. So right, let's get that empty. We will go get the planter, which I'd put everything over here for a screenshot, which I'll be honest, when I did the screenshot I wasn't right happy about it, but doesn't matter. It's all done now, and I'm sure this is already full. So we get that, yes, filled it already. So we don't need liquid fertilizer for soybeans. And depending if we've got enough fields, I may put a field of peas in. But if I do a field of peas, I want to do it with a proper pea viner. Let's fill that up with diesel. Now let's find this, so we can then go get the rolls off. And then again we'll fill this up with diesel itself. And then we'll have to just try and pick where we're going and what we're doing. Because we're going to do half of it in this month and then the other half in next month, just to keep trying to break things up as much as possible. So let's reverse that on our rolls. There'll be some weight in these rolls, that is for certain. I'll tell you what, buying that truck and trailer, I'm very, very glad I have done that. What is nice to see, though, is every episode, as long as we keep timber in that sawmill of ours, we're going to be making 150,000-ish. So let's pull this over here. We may have to pull this out of the way, I don't know. See if we can get it from here. Oh, brilliant, yeah. So let's fill this one up. That's full. And now, let's have a look. So we could, this is something else that we could do. We could pull this field out into here a bit more, to just get a bit more ground. But right, we want, I think field 3 is going to be corn. I think field 5 is going to be corn, because I want the most amount of corn possible. Soybeans will be field 1. No, yeah, soybeans field 1, sorghum in here, and then field 8, I'm going to put peas in. That's what I want to do. So, first things first, we're going to do a field of, oops, let's just move this out of the way. I almost destroyed our greenhouse. We are going to go and do a field of corn, because I'm going to separate them over the months, so we're not doing 2 corn harvest all at the same time. So we want, is it right shift? No, there we go. Let's put it onto there. So it's right control. Let's bring this down here. So we do today, we do a field of corn and do a field of sorghum. Our worker, I think, is already stuck, which is not beneficial. So that we can start getting this unfolded, because if I remember, these do take a bit of time. So steering assist, we will do 2 headlands. Okay, let's find this one where it's already crashed. It is a bit silly that we are, because I think we're 18 metres on with the planter, whilst this is 24.3, I'm going to guess. So we are wasting a bit of the working width, but at least we're doing everything in one pass. So let's unfold this. It shouldn't affect the alfalfa at all. And with this unfolded, I don't think you can lift this one up and down. I think it just stays down automatically. Yeah, like that. So it's right control F. We're onto there. Now let's jump on into here. We are set on corn, which is a good thing. Let's get GPS going. And if we turn on, get that planted, we should start to see that the roller stays with us. What I may have to do is just adjust the roller's speed. So let's just go to here. This wants to be down to 11 miles an hour. I'm only adjusting the speed because if I don't, we'll lose the roller. Let's take that off. So I've taken the restriction off it now. Jump back into here. Back onto our steering assist line, and we now should be okay. We are going to have to take wide turns though, so once we get to the ends like this, we are going to have to lift up and go well off to the side to make sure that we stay out of the way of the roller, just with it being that extra width to it. Or we just do this and skip a row completely. Well, that certainly speeds up the job massively. I'm a big fan of doing that. We've managed to do it all in one pass, bar a little bit of a hiccup down that bottom. That has been relatively good. So we just need to get this last little bit down here, and then we'll have to have a look at what field we go to next. So let's just, with that now done, we can turn it off and fold this up. It's the only downside with this thing is it takes a fair bit of time to fold up. Ooh, I'm caught. And power sliding our rolls. Let's do that. So let's get him off and change that. I think now, what do we... Oh, I better... that's meant to be folding up, isn't it? So let's fold these rolls up, and we will... If we go Control F now, will that continue to fold it up? Yeah. Right, let's jump into here, and it's going to be corn in this next field, which I think I said about splitting it up. I think we want to get the corn drilled in first, but what we do need to do is fill it with some more liquid fertiliser. So with this being fairly slow at the refill, so like that, there's plenty there. With that being fairly slow at refill, I am going to go through to this, which, as you can see, I filled this up. Well, I filled it in between episodes. I filled it up, which it just saves. I'm very conscious of doing the same things over and over again, and I'm conscious that I think not everyone would like seeing a lot of the forestry work or the crane work, so I am cutting bits of it out, like I have done now. Just to try keep things moving along, because you can soon waste an episode. Look at the last episode, all just on forestry. You know, it's not wasting an episode, but you use a whole episode doing that and not much else. So anyways, we'll take this up to the sawmill and get that delivered, and then we'll have a look. I may even get back into the wood harvester, do a time lapse of cutting there whilst we get another field drilled, because like I say, everything I always try and do is split things up, you know, so you're not doing just a whole episode of drilling and a whole episode of rolling, you know, which is where, yes, it's the most efficient for me to be on the drill, get a worker on the roller behind us, but then I think for an episode watching it may not be. But please do leave a comment below, let me know what your thoughts are on it. So just like last time, we will pull up here and we'll empty the lorry first, just like that, and then if we pull forward we can then go and empty the trailer, just like that. So then we have all our timber out, which, to be fair, oopsie, we've got it caught on the trailer there. It'd probably be worth having a click on here to get a load of timber back into the sawmill. Right, let's go and find this. So this is now full. Like I say, we'll go and do another cornfield. We've still got that worker on following us, which isn't a problem. So we're going to do that next field down there in corn, which I don't know whether... Does that put these now? Let's just have a look. So that field there, it was 17 acres. That one's 13 with 8, so that gives us 21 acres. What was that? 6. I don't know whether it's worth doing 2 and 32 into corn just to get as much as possible, because the corn dry we make a lot of money. I do know that we do also make a lot of money from soybeans and from peas. So I don't know where the worker's got to, which it's not a bother at all, because we don't really want him here just yet. So we go AI worker, do 2 headlands please. So let's put you on there, let's hire you, and now let's find... Oh, he must have... I don't know why he left us there, but that doesn't matter. So we can take this over to the... Well, we can take it to the field if we really wanted to, because I am going to go, just to change things up a bit, I'm going to go try and cut a few more trees down. So for now, this is just going to go on the right hand side. I know it's not our field, but at least it's then out of the way of everyone. And if we go back, gets us to here, where, right, we just need to change the camera. That's all we want. And we can get on and do a bit more tree felling, where it won't be long, and we should have the majority of this wood done in the next few episodes. So yeah, not much more really to do. Well, just one more tree to go, and then that's this side, well, the middle done, I should say, and then we just got to do the other side at some point. But right, we'll get this last one like this. I have tried to make it somewhat neater, the piles, but I haven't looked back, so I don't really know how well I've done on that endeavour, but we're soon going to find out. So let's just get all this caught like so. We can now look to fold this up, so we turn it off. Was it turn it off and Z, I think it is, to fold everything up, and we can just drive this out the way. I have left, if I just go like this, I have left us with the planter and with the stump grinder, because I do believe that we will be coming in and sorting the rest of this out. So really, forestry wise, there isn't much more for us to do. So let's put this back here for now, out of the way, and we'll keep this tractor here for the forestry work. So, oh, I'm going the complete wrong way. So what's left is these stumps need to come out, gather all this up, get this planted, and then just that side, which we've done, I reckon, twice as much here. Oh, look at the bambinos. They're so tame on this map. But yeah, these piles now are a lot better than previous. It should be easier to grab them. I'd love to do it with an excavator and that sort of thing, but I don't think it will warrant it for us. But right, let's move on to... Oh, I think I could see an error already, I think. Please don't be. Okay, that's okay. It's just the wheel. It's wheel marked. I was starting to get worried that tram lines, but then I forgot we've ploughed that field, so there shouldn't be any at all. So that is, I'm going to say that we want to put a cornfield down in the bottom. But before then, we want to fill up with some more fertiliser, which I'm hoping we've got some. So again, we will pull this up to here. and get that filling with fertiliser. That doesn't look like to be going down though. Have we been taking it out of here then? How much fertiliser is in there? Okay, no, we haven't touched it out of there. So it must be taking it out of... Yeah, let's take it out of that tank. So let's go around to here. This is now what we want. If we start to get this unfolded, we can get steering assist on. I will take, I know I took the restrictor off, obviously to keep up with the drill. I'll take that, I'll put that back on, I should say, for doing this, because then we're doing it all natural. But that was purely just to keep the worker with us whilst we were planting. So let's get that onto there. And yeah, with these rolls, this shouldn't be... Ooh, I need to take it off. Is that taking it off? Yeah, there we go. We're back down to 7 miles an hour. Yeah, with these rolls, it shouldn't take too long at all. And there is another field done, so the only thing left to do with these is to go through with the hoe, obviously, because we've taken the tram lines out. That's the way we're going. It does miss odd little bits. I reckon that's just down to the topography of the field. But right, let's pull this off, and we can now get that folded up. So we want to, in the next episode, we'll still be in, what month are we in, I forget. We'll still be in April. So I reckon that's 3 and 5 in with corn. I reckon 32 in with corn, 1 in with soybeans, and 8 in with sorghum. And I think that should do us. I don't want to spend any more money on fields, or I don't want to buy any fields this year, because what I would like to try and do is, for drilling later on this year, I would like to be able to buy ourselves a drill, which I was planning on, this one, which is 270, so it's 12.5 metres. It's direct drill, and does everything we want. So that's where I'm looking at. So we are 180,000 shy of that, but you think that's 2 months. If we move in 2 months of selling wood, which we should have amples of wood, we'll be able to afford that. So I'm going to say in 5-6 episodes time we should have our drill, and then I don't think there's much more really to do equipment wise. We can always go into the bigger equipment, which I'd love to go get a quad track, go get the big case quad track, but yeah, and then we can start looking at more and more land until we get to a point that that our machinery, we need more, so like a second case combine, all that sort of thing. But anyways, I think that's been a very, very productive episode and a good start, and then in the next one, like I say, we should get plenty done, because we've now got all the equipment that we need, so there's no messing around trying to buy the rollers, collect the rollers, and there's nothing for us to sell, which if you look at our money, it keeps going up with the sale of everything that's in the greenhouses. So right, I think there is not much more to say. Then thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.